I think when I was about 5 or 6, I thought I was insane. It was strange because it was clear other people's minds weren't exploding with ideas like mine. It felt like I was different and not necessarily in a good way. It's very hard to turn it off, like a never-ending explosion all the time. You said this has been the toughest year for you. Why is that? Well, Tesla faced a severe threat of death due to the Model 3 production ramp. The company was bleeding money, and if we didn't solve the problems quickly, we would die. It was extremely difficult. How close to death did you come? We were within single-digit weeks. I worked 22 hours a day, 7 days a week, sleeping in the factory, the paint shop, general assembly, and body shop. It was grueling. Did you ever worry about imploding? Absolutely. No one should work this hard. It's very painful and not recommended for anyone. I did it because if I hadn't, Tesla would have died. What was your biggest failure and how did it change you? We almost died at SpaceX. I had budgeted for 3 flights with the money from PayPal, about $180 million. I allocated half to SpaceX, Tesla, and SolarCity, but things cost more and took longer than expected. I ended up putting all the money in and borrowing money for rent from friends. When we started Tesla, I thought we had a 10% chance of success. Considering you invested a lot, were you naive thinking you could build an electric car and a rocket easily? I didn't think it would be easy. Starting a company is like having a child. You have to feed and nurture it, even if it ruins you. During the tough times in 2008, I had to borrow money from friends to pay rent. Were you ever on the edge of losing everything? Yes, but if something's important enough, you should try, even if the probable outcome is failure. Do you have advice for young people who want to be like you? They shouldn't want to be me. It's not as much fun as it sounds. Starting a company means working super hard. My brother and I slept in our office and showered at the YMCA when we started our first company. We worked 7 days a week, every waking hour. When you've had 3 failures in a row, did you ever think of giving up? Never. I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated to give up. Many people try to talk me out of starting a rocket company, showing me videos of rockets blowing up. But if something's important enough, you do it despite the fear. Where does your motivation come from? I think it's necessary to ensure a good future with sustainable transport and energy and being a multi-planetary species. It's like life insurance for life collectively. It also creates a sense of adventure and excitement about the future. There's a lot of terrible things happening all over the world, but life can't just be about solving one problem after another. There need to be things that inspire you and make you excited to wake up in the morning. That's why we did this. You know, starting a company and making it successful is like eating glass and staring into the abyss. It's exciting at first, but then reality sets in, and it gets really tough. Customers don't sign up as you expect, the product doesn't work as planned, and it can be very painful, especially during a recession. So anyone starting a company should have a high pain tolerance. When you had that 3rd failure in a row, did you think of packing it in? Never. I'd never give up. I'd have to be dead or completely incapacitated. What did people tell you when you started a rocket company? A good friend of mine collected videos of rockets blowing up and made me watch them. They didn't want me to lose all my money. How did you think you were going to succeed with Tesla? Honestly, I didn't think we would. I thought we'd most likely fail, but I wanted to at least change the perception that electric cars had to be ugly, slow, and boring. Even if we failed, I thought it was worth a try. You said it wasn't easy, so why do it? If something's important enough, you should try, even if the probable outcome is failure. Has it been a difficult journey? Absolutely. It's been very tough. My priority now is to add more management strength to Tesla so I can take a vacation. In the last 12 years, I've only tried to take a week off twice. Both times, there were rocket explosions. So the lesson is, don't take a week off. There are American heroes who don't like the idea of commercial spaceflight. How do you feel about that? It was very sad to see. Those guys are my heroes. I wish they would come and see what we're doing here. I think it would change their minds. They inspired me to do this, and seeing them cast stones is tough. What are you trying to prove to them? I'm trying to make a significant difference in spaceflight and make it accessible to almost anyone. How do you make decisions when everyone tells you it's a crazy idea? I feel fear quite strongly, but when something is important enough, you do it despite the fear. Feeling fear is normal, but if you believe in something enough, you go for it. What's necessary for a good future? Long-term sustainable transport and energy and becoming a multi-planetary species. Being out there among the stars is important for the long-term survival of humanity. It's like life insurance for life as we know it. It also creates a sense of adventure and excitement about the future. There are so many problems that need solving, and a lot of things can get you down. But life can't just be about solving problems. There need to be things that inspire you and make you glad to be part of humanity. That's why we did this.